In the very beginning, when a student is first trying to learn, there's a lot of kind of terminology that needs to be gone over before they can really understand what they're supposed to play. Um, what are the letters on the white keys of a keyboard or things like that. One kind of bit of terminology that a student needs to learn is what numbers we give our fingers. So in piano, not guitar, it's different on other instruments, but on piano in particular, my thumb is my one finger, my pointer finger is my two finger, my middle finger is my three finger, and then you got 4 and 5. Now in my left hand, my thumb is still my one finger. This is my 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, basically if the fingers look the same, they're the same number. So my thumbs are both 1. These are my 2 fingers, 3, 4, 5. A helpful thing that I find with especially younger students is I have them trace their hands kind of around on a piece of paper and then write in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which can be kind of helpful. Now you might think, well, what's the point of this? Why give different numbers to different fingers? Well, there are a couple different reasons. For very beginner students, it's very helpful in the sense that it helps a student know where to place their hands, or even to help them, sort of give them a little bit of a crutch to help them figure out what a note is that might be a little bit more unfamiliar. But let me show you. Here is a simple arrangement of the song Ode to Joy by Beethoven. That was made on the website, as you can see over there, makingmusicfun.net. You'll notice that at the very beginning, they have a 3 right above the note. That is an E right there. If you don't know what the letter notes are, just check out a previous episode or 2 of mine. That is an E note right there. And the 3 on top means that the person who did this arrangement here is recommending that a student put their 3 finger, in this case in the right hand, on the E note. Now that's really helpful because it basically lets a student know where their hand goes in general. If I could just do this really quickly. So for example, this is an E note. If a very young student knows that their 3 finger needs to go on the E note, then they also know that all their other fingers need to go next to them. So E goes here, 2 finger goes here, 1 finger goes here, and this is their hand position. Again, with very, very beginner students, we start by teaching them that. Just put your hand in one place and keep it there to play the whole song. Now, even with that being the case, sometimes a student will still have a hard time playing through a piece. And so you notice later in the piece, they put a little 2 right above here to indicate that the note here needs to be played with a 2 finger. Now, with a very beginner song like this, you're not going to have a student going like all over the place on the piano, from way down on the piano to way high on the piano. They're just going to have their hand in one place. So if a student is playing Ode to Joy, and they're going through, starting with a 3 finger, and they get to this part right here, where it says to play the 2 finger, they might go, oh, I don't know what that note is, but I see they're asking me to use my 2 finger to hit it. Okay, well, my 2 fingers on this note, so they must mean I have to hit this note. And then that can kind of help the student keep going. So again, for a younger student, that's how knowing what all the finger numbers are can be incredibly helpful to get through a piece. Now for older students though, or students, or players like me who play the piano, been playing for years, knowing the finger numbers is still really helpful because you'll still see numbers written in music to sort of show a musician what the best hand position might be, or what the best fingers to use might be for a particular passage in piano. Let me show you a piece that I was just working on a couple weeks ago to illustrate this. This is a song that I was working on called Symphonia No. 15 by Johann Sebastian Bach. And you'll notice that there are numbers written kind of all over the place, like a 4 here, a 2 here. These are all basically telling me that using these particular fingers, the 4 finger here, the 2 finger here, the 3 finger there, would probably be the best fingers to use to play this passage smoothly and easily. You'll notice down here I actually wrote in a number myself because I thought, well, using the forefinger on this note would be really helpful for me. And so it allows me to get through a passage, instead of trying to sort of clunk through the notes, and kind of try to figure out really, really difficultly how to get through it. I can just go. So again, just to recap, knowing what the different numbers are for the different fingers can be very helpful. It is very helpful and is really kind of necessary for a student who wants to go long-term with piano, both for beginning students and for much more advanced students as well. I hope this video was helpful, and check out other episodes on this channel to find out more about how to play the piano. Also, if you would like private or group lessons in person or online, check out my website for more information, musteacherjohn.wordpress.com. Thank you.